And there was even a video put up where it showed the different documentation of how the RFID system is used to make payments. So it's obvious this guy's sold out. But this man is going down, so all the sellouts are going to go down with this man. Plain and simple. So we got that article, right? Yeah. Now, this article right here, the person that put this up, he's saying that the RFID chip is at the mark of the beast, and he's saying false. But as you read it, they're telling you that it is in fact true. Is the truth. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from Snopes.com. It says, microchip off the block. Healthcare legislation requires that U.S. residents be implemented with RFID microchips by 23rd March 2013. Obamacare law requires an RFID chip implanted in all of us. Are you ready to have your RFID chip implanted? March 23rd, 2013 is your date. This new healthcare Obamacare law requires an RFID chip implanted in all of us. This chip will not only contain your personal information with tracking capability, but it will also be linked to your bank account. And get this, page 1004 of the new law dictating the timing of this chip reads, and I quote, not later than 36 months after the date of the enactment, it is now the law of the land that by March 23rd, 2013, we will all be required to have an RFID chip underneath our skin, and this chip will be linked to our bank accounts as well as have our personal records and tracking capability built into it. Seems people will be getting more than they bargained for in this new health care bill. The Obama health care bill under Section 2521, page 1000, will establish a national medical device registry. What does a national medical device registry mean? National Medical Device Registry from H.R. 3200, Healthcare Bill, pages 1001 to 1008, Section G, Section 1. The Secretary shall establish a National Medical Device Registry in this subsection referred to as the registry to facilitate analysis of post-market safety and outcomes data on each device that A, is or has been used in or on a patient, B, and is a Class 3 device, or subsection 2, a Class 2 device that is implantable, life-supporting, or life-sustaining. A Class 2 device that is implantable. Then on page 1004, it describes what the term data means in paragraph 1, section B. Section B, in this paragraph, the term data refers to an information respecting a device described in paragraph 1, including claims, data, patient survey data, standardized analytic files that allow for pooling and analysis of data from disparate data environments, electronic health records, and any other data deemed appropriate by the Secretary. Approved by the FDA, a Class 2 implantable device is an implantable radio frequency transponder system for patient identification and health information. This sort of device would be implanted in the majority of people who opt to become covered by public health care option. With the reform of the private insurance companies who charge outrageous rates, many people will switch their coverage to a more affordable insurance plan. This means the number of people who choose the public option will increase. This also means the number of people...
They're going to flock to this thing, man, because the way they're going to get you is they're going to deal with large groups like the police. In order for you to fire your Glock, your service revolver, your service Glock, You're gonna have to. It's set up with a microchip, so you're the only one that can fire it. Then you're gonna go for that. The military, so we can find you out in the field if you die or whatever. Or if you're hurt, we can track you down. So that's going to be the new electronic dog tag among welfare recipients, food stamp recipients, certain jobs. They're going to have to take that chip. So it's going to be a thing where everybody's one way or another. Eventually you're going to have to take that chip. So there's going to be people out there like ourselves that's going to say fuck the chip. Then you're going to have patriots and other people, certain Muslims and certain Moors. You're going to have a certain amount of people, but the majority of the people, they're going to take that chip.
Yeah, like the elder said, they're going to force you to take it, just like with the thing with the Easy Pass. When they came out with that Easy Pass thing, at first, like maybe one toll will have it. Then you start seeing 2, 3, to the point where now you can't really even pay cash at a lot of these toll booths. You got to have a damn Easy Pass or else they'll send you a ticket. They're forcing you. Same thing they did with the damn debit cards and ATM. Everybody, you got to have an ATM card in order to cash your check for your job. I remember it was a time you used to be able to go to the bank with just a check and they would cash it.
If the check was made out to that bank.
Right. Now you got to have an ATM debit card, and now you got to have a credit card too as well on top of it. So that's the same thing they're going to do. They're going to try to force you into taking the chip. Whereas if you got a regular independent insurance, it's going to be so goddamn much money that you can't afford it. They're going to raise the rates up. You're going to be forced to take, the microchip.
Look, I say this too.
There's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to afford that insurance, whether it's private or public, but that system is going to cover the private insurance plans any damn way because it's all linked up into the same system. So you're going to have those that have the chip and those that don't have the chip, which is going to be a small number. All right, go ahead, Art.
Same thing. Well, that's all a part of the cashless society, which we've been teaching about that for years, going back to One West. The cashless society. We in the time of that now. We coming right into the time of that when they're going to do away with the money system, paper money, because it's not worth anything, and they're going to bring in the chip. Okay, they're going to get that chip, and that's how
you know what Ariel taught? He said that they're going to put a chip in your hand on your forehead. This is what Ariel taught. But Ariel said this, but they're not going to have time. But wait a minute, then why would it be in the scriptures? That shows you that this is not given to one man.
That's right.
See, what they did was, Ariel was a top guy as far as the prophecies, but he didn't know all the prophecies. He knew most of them, and people blindly followed him, man. Now, when I came into school, I used to have debates when we used to be on 44th Street and Broadway, right by that mailbox. That's right. It would be me, it would be Yeshaya, it would be Shaw, it would be Lahab sometimes, and it would be Ariel, and we would have debates, man. But I would be the guy. I'd be the guy that initiated them damn debates, man. I would throw a question out there, and they'd look at me with hate because they had to really kind of get into the scriptures and deal with it, right? And then Ariel would kind of buck up against it, but then Ariel would see it. But then sometimes I'll be wrong, and sometimes they'll be right. But most of the times I was right, and I used to always bring up stuff, and I used to always question stuff that you were teaching. I said, well, wait a minute, let's go back into that, man. We had a lot of different councils, and when we had councils, man, we had councils on how you break down the scriptures, man. We had no councils because a nigga looked at you sideways, man.
Yeah.
Look,